This episode, we're going to talk about the Super 16, the RCS Sports Super 16 tournament. Great tournament, great turnout, great atmosphere. Exquisite cleaning. Did all the precautions for the COVID and all that. So it was really good, and we just gonna kind of run through some matchups, talk about some players. So we'll just start on day number 1, Friday night. Let's see who was playing on Friday night.
What about that Legacy Atascocita? Because I was not there on Friday.
So Friday night I was there. Legacy
I did see the
Atascocita.
score. I saw the score.
So from what I saw, Legacy's defense. I tweeted it out. Legacy's defense is stifling. What stood out to me was I saw Aaron Scott more energized than I had ever seen him. Playing with length, getting up in guard. I saw active hands. All 5 of them, everybody really had active hands. But I really liked his defense because he got so much length. He could guard whatever. But really what impressed me the most was Brian Miles' defense. So I saw a new, I don't know if it was new, but he was guarding pretty much 1 through 5. So they'd set a ball screen, high ball screen. He switched out on it, and he's up here guarding. So I can't remember who he peeled, but it was a couple of dudes he peeled just right there, wide open, top of the key, handle, peel, poke. Let's start the fast break. So from that regard, I was kind of impressed with his ability to kind of be so versatile defensively. You know what I mean?
That's a really good matchup at RCS Sports. I think they are the number 1 team in the city. I think they could be a top 25 team in the country. That Atascocita team also has a lot of expectations as well. So when I saw that score, I was like, damn, 41-17.
Also, I will say, I don't know if this is a credit to Legacy's defense or if just, Atascocita didn't shoot the ball well. I know Caleb Stewart made the first 3 of the game. The score was 3-4. I don't think they made a 3 for the rest of the game. If I had to guess, I didn't take stats on the amount of field goals, 3-point field goals that they shot. If I had to guess, I would say they were 1 for 20 something.
Oh wow, it's tough.
And usually that's not their
They can shoot
their MO. They can shoot the 3.
Yep.
So I don't know if that's a credit to the defense or if that's
poor shooting.
Poor shooting. So just looking at some other games that were on Friday. Small note that I thought was kind of funny. The same time Legacy and Atascocita was playing. Lamar and Shadow Creek were playing on the other side. So I think that goes without saying. That was a little awkward. But the last games of the night, which I think I tweeted out that the 8:30 slot was kind of jumping a little bit. Summer Creek and Bush and Clearbrook, Houston Christian.
Friday night. Okay.
The Clearbrook Houston Christian matchup.
Smoked up.
Defense.
Millie
boys.
Noah Khan, Kobe Haynes. Locking up.
Eli Bernstein. And then I've been wanting to talk about a couple of other kids from Clearbrook too. They play so feisty, so scrappy. I think I can look up their names.
It's 8 of them out there.
Yeah, it's 8 of them. But from Clearbrook, I know the kid's name is Christian Bradshaw.
Okay.
Light-skinned kid, curly hair.
Okay.
Defense.
Okay.
Right, but then the other one, Jamichael Young. I mean, they
strong one?
kind of strong. I mean, he's downhill.
Yeah.
He's chasing the whole game. That's how they play naturally.
Correct.
And it's relentless.
Yeah.
But they deserve some credit because they're not big. I mean, they got Tosh Lyons, but they're not big. Without Zion Little.
At the OTR shootout, they were all over the place. I mean, they were smacking people. Kimo had a 34-point game. He was cooking. Smurf played really well. They really played so fast that I felt like they had 8 dudes out there.
Right, and that's how they look. And then Houston Christian, we know Coach Crandall, Teddy Wheeler, the culture.
I wrote yesterday, feel like Noah Khan and those kids been at Houston Christian for 7 years. They like Chris Winkie.
They play like that
Houston
too.
Christian, we've been here for 10 years. We know the systems of our team, but they also have the culture of winning. Some state championship, deep runs in the SPC. So you always know what you're going to get with Houston Christian.
Yeah, and I think Noah Khan. I think he came off a solid summer too.
Yep.
And I think stepping again more comfortable in his role this year as a senior. I think he had a couple of, if I'm not mistaken, a couple 20-point games this weekend. Okay. So his play has kind of risen. Like, he's downhill to the rack, strong. But I mean, for me, just in the game in general, I think Houston Christian's just communication on defense. They're coached well.
It's culture.
It's culture, right? So they're communicating on defense. They're physical. They're all of that. For me, that stuff was kind of impressive on Friday night. So moving on to Saturday. I think for me, and I might be a little impartial because I coached Pato this weekend.
Okay.
So they played Premier Academy.
How was that matchup? Doc and Big Charles Schuster.
So Doc, we know Doc is running that floor.
High major.
Running that floor. So I think early on, the speed, not just from Doc, but Ethan Yancey was a nightmare in transit.
That's what he does.
I mean, nightmare. Like, rebound, I'm straight to the rim and layup. I'm like, hey, yo, we gotta lock in.
We gotta
lock in.
Oh, wow.
But I think as the game kind of evened itself out, I think Charles was able to kind of figure him out a little bit, match up a little bit better with him. Got a hold of Ethan a little bit.
Now that Pato team solid though. Charles and Key Watkins and
Trevor Frank. So Trevor Frank is one I want to talk about because I mean he's always solid, right? Can shoot the ball, got a decent handle, but I've always waiting on that performance where it's like, okay.
He cooked this weekend.
He got hurt in a couple games, but this game right here, big time matchups, we always look for players to rise up and play better.
He cooked.
I think Doug tweeted he was in his Gucci duffel.
Gucci duffel. Okay. It's Gucci in the go yard. It's like level. Okay.
I saw him get a dunk on the fast break.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, steal, dunk. So for me, he made shots. He handled the ball well. A couple lobs to Charles. So I think Trevor really stood out to me.
Okay.
In that one. Ethan Yancey, Doc, and we obviously David Tubed.
Yep.
We know how he's gonna play. Premier came out with the win, but it was a really energized game. And I think even fans just watching was like, okay, this was a good game. I think another matchup, Summer Creek and Beaumont United. Summer Creek is a team I wanted to talk about. That game was at 2:10 on Court Blue.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That was a good one.
I'm sure.
Amari Abram.
Got to it.
That's the tweet. Amari Abram.
What young Wes do? Wesley Yates.
Wesley was solid. I mean, obviously, like you said, being a lead guard over there now, he's getting more comfortable. We saw him hit a game winner, and we'll probably talk about that in a little bit.
But Mo Abram was the dude.
Even
without Javon Jackson.
Without Javon Jackson. Honestly, I'm just going to say it. I don't know if it was really a drop-off for Summer Creek without Javon Jackson. Obviously, he's going to help, but I think...
Offensive MVP of the district.
I think from the standpoint of they pressed the whole time, they pushed the tempo. I think now with Jaquil Registe, hope I'm saying his last name correct.
Supermotor.
Him and Reese being able to run and transition and rebound. You got Jalen Johnson, who I feel is more of the three-point specialist on that team.
Really
we got Jalen Goodman, who's up and down the floor pushing the tempo, and then you got your lead dude,
Mo
Abram. I think it fits well. So I don't think if people are expecting a drop-off without Javon.
See, for me, it's hard for me to not see a drop-off. I know Coleman can coach, but losing a guy who got 18 a night in a tough district is tough for me to say.
You're right.
It won't be a drop-off. I do think Mo Abrams is a really good 2022. Again, Summer Creek is very well coached. They try to take after the image of Coleman, but I am happy that Mo Abrams kind of stepped out there.
Yeah, I mean
during the transition of Javon leaving.
And what I like too, he was hitting mid-range jumpers. So I mean, we know he can get to the rack, he can step back, shoot the three, but he was like attack, boom, pull up. I was like, oh, that's when you 3 levels.
Add another level to his game.
3 levels scoring, get to the free throw line. That's really tough. And like I said, I'm seeing some growth in Jalen Goodman too. I'm seeing some growth. Mentally between the ears, I'm seeing some growth.
Playing with a little more pace?
Well, you know he's going to be downhill.
Okay.
But defensively, locked in, none of the, walking back and none of that stuff. I think he's trying. He's trying to take a step in the right direction, and I'm seeing it. Attacking the rim, finishing, playing with pace, playing defense. not a lot of the extra, antics.
Yeah.
I think Summer Creek is still going to be tough in the 6A district.
No, for sure, absolutely.
And then, I mean, we know with Beaumont United, Arsenal. I think they were missing Trailer Portia for that football.
Yeah.
So I know that could have helped.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It was still a good game. I think Summer Creek just got the best of Beaumont United in that one. Now you say which games did you check out?
On Saturday, Beaumont United Bush was the first game I saw.
Okay.
Again, got a chance to see Tyler Smith, who I'm high on. I'm probably higher than most. Top 10 in America. Played well, only won double figures. Nice little dunk, reverse dunk on the block. He and Brandon Love together, I like that 4 or 5 match, combo. Brandon Love is a super energy kid, high motor, shot blocker, rebounder, trying to figure it out inside, still very raw. Those two together playing high low, getting offensive boards, kind of getting extra possession for that group is tough because they don't have experienced guards. So Bush will have to play through those two.
Yeah.
But in that game, man, it was about the guards. Wesley Yates was really good.
Yep.
Arsenal was really good. Beaumont United ended up, winning that game. But it's just due to the lack of experience from the Bush guards.
One person, he was at your freshman orientation, but I didn't get a chance to see him this summer. COVID, I guess, who knows. But Paul Dwall, got a chance to finally get eyes back on him.
Absolutely.
The last couple of weekends.
Kid I coached when he was younger. Long kid, I think he's really talented. He has a chance. He has to get more experience. He has to get more comfortable playing at that level. But once he can get over those 2 humps, I think he can help Bush.
I like his tools. I mean, he's like 6'4", 6'5" now.
Transition. He's a good defender.
And I saw him. I think at the OTR shootout when they were playing Woodlands Christian. I saw him doing a lot of handling the ball.
Absolutely.
And he's always been a good IQ type kid. So I mean, if he's can be a primary ball handler or something like that,
asset value.
Yeah, correct.
Definitely asset value.
Another big matchup that I think everybody kind of wanted to see. Duncanville's first game in H-Town.
This year.
Played Manville.
Which
was able to check that one out.
I was there. Disclaimer: it was Manville's 3rd game of the day. So
it matters.
They played in the tournament format, and then this was the one showcase game that was added because Duncanville left gas on the side due to Super 16. But anytime you play Duncanville, it's tough. But being in your 3rd game in their first,
super tough.
Adds a little extra weight. Manville played really tough in the beginning. Zaire Hayes carried him. He was hitting big shots.
He's been killing. He's been on like a 2-month run right now.
Yeah, almost like my run with my jerseys and shoes. He's very similar. He handled the pressure against Duncanville's pressure. He got to the rim. He was making all-shot shots. He was making good decisions. Played really well. They were without Jamari McDowell in that game.
That's correct.
So they were, that's one big piece they were missing.
For sure.
Big fella Sean Walker played well for Manville inside. It's a track meet with Duncanville always. Mason McBride played okay. He had his moments. Azari Woods had his moments. One of my other young fellas, Ruben Dory, came off the bench. Solid. A quick 5 to 7 points really helped him. But Duncanville, man, Zurich Phelps had 27. Zaire Hayes had 20. Also the kid, Chris Morris was all over the glass, kind of doing a bunch of different stuff with him. He had 14 rebounds, 6 points, some steals. He was kind of everywhere for Manville. They just kind of got worn down a little bit. And I think the culture of Duncanville as far as making an extra pass, guys knowing their role. After a while, man, like in Juan Rainer was making shots. So it's like, you defend Duncanville and get a stop and get an offensive rebound, put back home. So it's like gut punches. So after a while, man, like boxing, like you get enough gut punches,
you fall. Eventually,
But Manville they did hold their own for the majority of that game. It's just that in the end, Duncanville experience kind of took off.
And I think for the viewing pleasure, I think we could go ahead and just talk about Duncanville just Duncanville's team just for a little bit. I haven't seen 3 guards defend like that.
Like little CJ Ford, man, Zurich,
and Damon Nicholas.
It's tough, man.
You got 3 guards that defend. Like I saw those guys pick up and they are hands wide underneath you,
cutting guys off. Boom, we went to charge. We got help. They help her kick. Other guy rotate hand.
Man.
Close out.
Defensively, that's tough.
It's like I tweeted. When you have a culture of winning, starting from the coaching staff on down, and every day you do that. You know, some of these kids are battle tested. Some of these kids are state champs. They were going again next year possibly.
Correct.
Last year possibly. So they were going for a back-to-back championship. And like assistant coach Kevin Woods said, it's tougher than bear meat. You know, when you got kids that compete like that, who are skilled, who are tough.
And they play the right way.
Yep. And they love the game of basketball, and it shows.
Culture.
Yep.
Moving on to Sunday and the games we were able to watch on Sunday. I think one of the ones, trying to see which, Duncanville Shadow Creek. Think we got to talk about that one.
Yep. Shadow Creek jumped out early, 11-0. Boom, out the gate.
Early, energized.
Energized. Brian Gordon hitting shots, Amber Reed hitting shots, Sean Jones hitting shots, Ramon Walker hitting shots. Then Duncanville slowly but surely started to make their run. Boom.
Correct. That's battle tested.
Battle tested. And so then during the game, man, like Duncanville jumped out 13, Shadow Creek got up there 4. Here come Warren Rayner. Bang, bang, bang. 3-3 then roll 9 on run, stretch the game out.
Boom. I think for Shadow Creek, and we were as we were sitting next to each other watching, Brian Gordon, in my opinion, he kept everything under control.
Absolutely.
We kept looking to each other like, hey, where's Brian Gordon?
Yeah.
And we could notice when he wasn't on the floor.
Things get out of control. You can tell Brian Gordon on the floor. Cam Emery also had a little spurt in that game.
He did.
They were down 14 points. He had a little spurt, cut it to 6. But when Brian Gordon's on that floor, he gives them a calming presence. He can handle the ball against pressure because of his physicality. And he can make the right pass, make the right read.
And he's a tough light skin.
Yes, he is very tough.
He's a tough one.
He's definitely tough light skin. I only met like 7 in my life, but he is tough. Again, can make shots, handle the pressure of Duncanville pretty well. Defends really well, physical. He is their calming force. Sean Jones played really well. He has so many gifts. I wish he could tap into his gifts.
All the time. Super consistently.
Yeah, so he
keep the motor going.
He can be a real dude. Like I said, and Cam Emery played well for them. Ramon Walker made shots early.
I think I kind of said this. I said that Duncanville is what Shadow Creek should be.
Correct.
Should be.
Because piece by piece
it's pretty much
similar.
Very similar pieces.
I think the culture of Duncanville and they're being battle tested and they're working together for each other, with each other for the team goal is the reason they won that game.
And I think Shadow Creek can achieve that. They can get to that level.
Guys got to mature. Got
to stick together, make sure they have leadership going through their veins and things like that.
Correct.
I think they can get there.
They can.
And for sure, Shadow Creek is going to, are they 6A now?
They're 6A.
So that's going to be a tough out for anybody.
Absolutely. No one wants to play in the playoffs.
Exactly.
That Shadow Creek team.
Moving to the next game, I think probably one of the best games of the entire weekend, Houston Christian and Summer Creek.
Okay.
So this game went into like sudden death times 2 type thing, overtime.
Yeah.
Now, Houston Christian was winning this game for majority of the game.
Yep.
Here's what I said, something to think about. So we know Summer Creek presses the entire game.
Yep.
We know Houston Christian has 4 high IQ guards.
Yep.
4 of them.
Yep.
Noah.
Yep.
Eli Bernstein.
Yep.
Kobe Haynes.
Yep.
And
who's the 4th?
No, they have one more.
Oh, do they? You sure?
Or maybe I'm tripping.
No, I think it's just 3. I know they got the shooter, but for sure, those 3 guards. They got another one, a 4th ball handler IQ guy.
That's what it felt like. So point is when you have 3 high IQ guys and you're pressing, once I break the press, you're making me make decisions.
Correct.
They're gonna make the right decision, and you hope they finish and convert, which they were. So I think that's what got them up. But I think again, Summer Creek, relentless pressure.
Too much
pressure. They were able to chip back in it. What happened was, a couple missed free throws here and there. They fouled, but Jalen Johnson 3-point specialist, looking for his shot. Got fouled. He did have a good weekend.
Okay.
Got fouled on one, made all 3 free throws. I think. Don't quote me, but Houston Christian, I think, misses a free throw. Comes back again, gets fouled again.
Back to back.
3-pointers, makes 3 free throws.
6-point swing.
6-point swing. So the game goes into overtime.
I saw it. I came at the end of regulation. I saw J5, Jalen Goodman, going in for a layup, or maybe it's overtime. Had a chance to win it. It was sudden death. Chance to win it, missed it, might have gotten fouled. They got it back. Caught on the block, charge.
That's tough.
The Houston Christian guy, Kobe Haynes, got fouled.
And then he made the first one. Everybody thought it was over, but the rules were 2 consecutive. He went 2 for 2. Bang, bang. Again. Houston Christian was winning majority. It was very spirited, They kind of celebrated after, They was really excited.
I saw
they were excited about that win.
That was a good game, though.
It was a very good game. It was a very good game, and also I think good for Summer Creek to know that. Hey, we got to play the game. We got to play the game. I'm pretty sure they
no one's going to feel sorry for Summer Creek. No one's going to feel sorry for Summer Creek that they lost that kid. I mean, like you said, you still have to play.
Still have to play the game.
It's guys who are now, guys who may have wanted more opportunity. Now you have it. J5, you got more opportunity. Jalen Johnson, you got more opportunity. Here you go.
I want to talk about St. Thomas Episcopal. More so Jacoby Flores. I watched him. I sat down because he was a little hurt towards the end of the year. So I think the ankles,
so
ligaments.
Brought his hair out a little bit.
He's got the hair going.
A little shaggy.
Came out firing. Doing what he do. 5 threes in the first half. Ended with 9 threes. I think he had 35. So I mean, they won that game before Ben Austin. I think they actually went 2-0 on the weekend, 3-0 on the weekend. So they actually played well. I mean, he's doing what he does. Trying. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. You know what's coming. I think Jacoby is the best shooter in the city.
I wouldn't argue that.
I think he is. Not to slight anybody else.
He might be the best catch and shoot guy.
Here's what did it for me. He was doing it off the dribble. Here's what does it for me. Is how smooth and how in the flow of the game that it looks. Not that anybody else's isn't. It's just I feel like his is a lot more smooth. Now, granted, they were playing who they playing, but I think his is a lot more smooth. It's a lot more efficient. It's smart, high IQ.
DJ Richards
on line 1. Line 1.
Jake Arnold on line 2. Jake Simpson on line 3.
I'm not gonna get into that, but I think that's all. It's a conversation. For
sure. I mean, Kobe Flores, he has a heater. Everybody knows.
We
volleyball line. Kobe.
Yes, sir, and that's what nets.
Volleyball
nets. Moving on, I think a team that I really want to talk about is Elkins.
Yes.
I went on the record and said that I feel like Elkins can be a real contender in the 6A. And here's why. I feel like their lineup,
well coached, first off.
Well coached, and have made playoff runs.
Correct.
With Stretch, Colin Warren, without Stretch the following year, and backing it up now. These guys are seniors. Chris Johnson now coming into his own in his sophomore season. So I think, of course, Jackson Fields, Josh Fanuel is now healthy. I think the makeup of their team.
And they have some the inside kids, the TTG boys.
Exactly, and then Coy Glover. This is a 7-8 man rotation of really solid basketball players who have length, who are athletic, who are smart. What I like from them is, I know we haven't been in school that long and working on offense, and be that as it may, but I saw them running a lot of the pistol action just kind of naturally. There wasn't a lot of execution offensively going on in the shootout. Except for Memorial. They always going to execute. But I was like, dang, these kids execute too. I think for them, it's between the ears, making sure they're such good friends, and they argue with each other a lot. I mean, they compete hard, they play hard, they're smart players. I think if they can stay gelling and stay meshing together, adding Jackson Fields is a huge gift for them.
Absolutely.
I think they can be built to make a run, and I haven't really heard people talking about them.
No, you're right. I mean, that group, Josh Fanuel, I saw him yesterday for the first time in a while. I mean, he was getting to it with the bop, getting to the rim, his body.
Big.
I like what he brings, district MVP. Again, this is a group who are battle tested.
Mm-hmm.
Then you add kids like Jackson Field to the mix, a long kid who can defend multiple positions, can make a 3 offensive rebounder. I think again, you don't want to see them in the playoffs.
That's tough.
Yeah,
That's tough.
give me one name of a kid who stood out.
Off Elkins?
No, just period in the whole event.
You know, we've been seeing him so much. For me, and I like where we transition into, it probably was Jalen Weisinger.
Okay.
And it goes to even more to show that he did it against Duncanville too. Which, I mean, obviously Sac Creek took the loss in that one, but I think his ability to maneuver and show people like it's not a fluke.
Yeah. See, at the OTR shootout, I kind of talked to him because sometimes I feel like he's floating through games. He'll have stretches where I'm not sure he's on the floor. And a kid with that talent, it should never be that.
Should never be a question.
We should always know. Oh, there's Jalen Weisinger. There he is right here. But sometimes I watch him. It's like, where's Jalen? Is he on the court? I look. Oh, he's right there. He has to always keep that motor going. Always be aggressive offensively.
We knew this weekend.
Yeah.
He was there.
He was big time.
So I like to see him continue to make those strides as Side Creek starts. They didn't have Braylon Haynes.
Yeah.
As Side Creek starts to come around, I think I sat by their coaches a little bit.
Too, man. I love Jalen Sauls.
Really nice. I think Side Creek obviously been through the playoffs. It kind of runs in the in the blood. So I think they'll be a very tough in the Cypress.
Yep.
I think I'm not gonna make any predictions, but I think they're gonna be one of the top teams in the Cy-Fair district.
Okay.
One other team I think we need to touch on is C. King.
Oh yeah. They have a chance to be really dangerous. They have LeVar Johnson inside. They got the Kenneth Lewis kid who's sophomore, who's not bad at all, 6'4". They have Javon Jackson to that group now, and it makes them a little bit different now. Now you got a guy we know who get us a bucket. Boom. With these other pieces.
I know a guy Kenneth Lewis. I'm a slash, get to the rim, dunk to finish. LeVar Johnson's gonna rebound.
Correct. Now you got a guy say, give him the ball, let's get out of the way.
And then you can never count out the fact of just. And Javon's little brother Jalen is not bad either.
No, he's not.
So I saw him running, honestly, majority of the point.
Okay.
Majority of the point. Getting into the paint, dropping it off. So
little brother getting action.
You can never take out of the fact that the brotherly connection and then your dad's coaching. That chemistry is just it's hard to find.
It's true.
Stuff like that. And then also another kid that I didn't even realize went there is Tyshawn Archie.
All right.
Lefty, quick, shifty, handle.
He's a bucket.
So I think as they start getting through the season, I think they could be real tough to go against.
That's gonna be a tough district.
I know they beat Bryan.
Yeah, Atascocita, C. King, Summer Creek, Humboldt. It's tough, man. Is North Shore in that district too?
I don't think so, but I think Kingwood is.
Oh, even Kingwood.
You know how they play.
Yeah.
Demi Areola, Billy Gold.
It's tough.
It's tough.